Hello everyone. I apologize for being a little bit late. I don't know why, but yesterday my internet connection was lost and I couldn't get back online, and I apologize for this. Anyhow, today is the CPI day and we are hitting the number in 2 minutes ago. I apologize because I was planning to be online at 8:20 in order to have enough time to analyze the market together. But anyhow, there is always not everything perfect, and we have our problems, our personal problems. Okay, we see the market has traded after releasing the number around 134 and reach almost the 900 channel in within 1 minute, and we cleared the small buy side liquidity over here. And the game now in play is for me is the buy side liquidity over here. Let's go to daily chart and see the analysis from very macro perspective. Okay, in the daily chart we are in this very big gap over here that is coupled with the order blocks here. I believe that we have the potential to go a little bit higher and reach to this CB over here in daily chart. But let's see. Yesterday after 120, 130, when Trump was halting the tariffs, we had a very huge and enormous run upward that we arrived to the gap over here. And now let's see the hourly chart. Okay, now in the hourly chart, we do have a huge buy side imbalance, sell inefficiency over here that we have to take into account. And we see the market after opening was dropping down all the time, and we left CB over here that I'm going to highlight it. Let's put the color in a little yellowish and stop extending. This is 1 hour CB. Okay. Now we are dropping to 15-minute chart. Oh, sorry. We cannot see this because of the limitation. In a 15-minute chart, we see that the market has respected the lower part of this CB. That is very good for us to see lower prices, but let's not be very interested and rushing into the market. We need to wait around 1 hour more to see the market opening bell and how the market is behaving at that time. So far we can drop to 5-minute chart and see what we have over here. The market after 5 in the morning was going higher to reach the 1 hour CB over here. After that, the market was consolidating a little bit around the lower part of the CB, and once it failed to touch the consequent encouragement, we had a drop over here. In the 5 minute chart, we do have this CB over here that we have to consider also the volume imbalance. Okay, we can see from this 5 minute CB there is a very nice reaction to the consequent encouragement again, and the market is now dropping lower prices. We go to 1 minute chart. Okay, now the market has taken back all the price run upward, and we are discovering lower prices now below the 8:30 open candle. We have a little sell side liquidity pool over here. Let me highlight this level. Getting back into the first presented fair value gap of yesterday's PM session once again, and now going to reach the CB formed here. If you look at the price action over here, I am seeing a kind of breaker over here, but let's stop and not rushing into the market because of the importance of the news today. We have a very much volatility as well as yesterday's halting of the tariffs. So we do have to wait a little bit and not acting foolishly or in rush. After tapping into the CB over here, the market has rejected and dropped lower around 30 handles, respecting the lower half of the first presented fair value gap. And now I'm interested to see the reaction to this wick over here. How the candles are closing their bodies over here. Alright, now we are very close to the sell side liquidity. That is right before the 8:30 news time. And yes, there we go. Now we are trying to reach to, I'm looking at the wick of this candle and its consequent encouragement, and let's see how the market is behaving at this level over here. Just a moment, let me see on higher time frame what this level is over here. Probably this is not a pertinent level for us right now. We are interested to see the price action over here. I'm measuring the week over here and would like to see the reaction to the consequent encouragement of the week at 18,773. The market right now failed to go lower and clear the buy side sell side liquidity under this candles week, and it's rejecting and closing above the 50% of the week in 15-minute time frame. So right now we are still gyrating around. Since yesterday we had a very huge run upward. I am very much interested to see market if it can come out of this consolidation over here. I'm very much interested to see market trading lower prices and reaching to the sell side liquidity over here. What's your opinion about this music? Is it a good music? I have composed this music myself, I think around 6 or 7 years ago. Okay, so for the I would like to stop the music and just pay more attention and focus on the price action right now. Now we are dealing with the BC over here, as you can see, and let's see if the market is trying to get rid of this BC and makes this BC as a inversion to see the lower prices. I would like to highlight the BC in order to make it more visible for considering the consequent encouragement and the body closure. We can consider this as a inversion fair value gap right now because of the closure of this candle below and even not trying to reach the consequent encouragement of the fair value gap over here. So there is a kind of setup over here that I can see. We can consider this as a breaker over here, high, low, higher, high, and the low of these red candles over here, these are our breaker blocks. We can consider this and coupling that with this inversion fair value gap and expecting lower prices to reach to the new day opening gap of April 4th. Let's see how the price is reacting. If we draw the line over here as our breaker is, we can see the reaction of the market. I'm expecting to see the market is returning to this breaker block within next 2 minutes, and after that we have a drop lower. Okay, now the market closed below the 50% level of the week in 15-minute chart. If we go back to 5-minute chart, I'm sorry, 15-minute chart, you can see this is the level that I was highlighting, and there was just one candle closing below this. I'm considering this week over here because among all of these weeks here, this is the largest one, so this has the higher importance to me. Going back to 1-minute chart and observing the market in 1-minute chart. I think we have a lot of levels over here. Let's see, what is this? 100. Okay, we can turn off these levels and also these levels. Okay, the price failed to reach to the first to the fair value gap over here, and after a little retracement, it's going lower and lower. I'm watching the price reaction to this 50% level over here because this is the consequent encouragement of the 15-minute week. market showed a little bit more higher, and it is going to be an interesting day today. Yes, I don't have any rush to get into the new position for today, and I'm just watching here in order to see and read the price action and how the market is delivering prices. Just fell short to touch the fair value gap in 1 minute chart. So far, we are generating around the consequent encouragement of the week in 15-minute chart. If we go back to the 15-minute chart, I'm showing which one I'm talking about. If we consider this week over here, which is the largest one that is formed at 4:30, we are talking about this. And going back to 1 minute chart, we just touched the low of the fair value gap, the inversion one, and let's see if it has the power. And now the breaker has touched. Okay, very nice. I'm very interested to see how this candle and the very next candle is closing in this market condition. Okay, this one respected the fair value gap and breaker. Let's see how this candle is behaving without any rush. Once again, trying to touch the low of the breaker block. Breaker block, I'm talking about these two red candles over here, as we have high, low, and higher high that cleared the buy side liquidity over here, as well as this one. Then we drop down, and here after breaking the market structure, we explored lower with these big candles, and we have a displacement over here as well as this one. So I'm expecting to see the market is trading now lower prices. Now let's watch the market. We are trading inside the inversion fair value gap. So far the candles are respecting the lower part of the inversion fair value gap, and this is in favor to my trade idea for today and at this time of the day. I'm expecting to see a candle, the big red candle closure below this, as that has a displacement. So I would like to mention this over here. Okay, the market has traded a little bit out of the inversion fair value gap, but the bodies of the candles are respecting it, and it's just a little disoriented because of this volume imbalance that we have over here, and the market has traded into it once again after this candle over here. This is what I was talking about. Alright, the market has traded above this volume imbalance and is trying to test the big CB that is formed over here. I'm talking about this one. Let's go back to 5-minute chart and see the market from 5-minute chart perspective. In the 5-minute chart, as you can see, the market has traded up and down a lot, and it overlapped with most of the price ranges in this area over here. The only inefficient price level that I can see is this price level over here. There is a kind of CB forming here that is coupled with this one. Okay, so far the market has respected the fair value gap that I mentioned in the 1-minute chart. Let's look at that again. The market is now trying to touch the low of the first presented fair value gap on April 3rd. Still respecting the fair value gap of the 1-minute chart. now we touch the fair value gap of April 3rd. Trading back into the volume imbalance, and yes, it still didn't fail the fair value gap that I highlighted on the screen since we got back to the fair value gap immediately. The bodies of the candle are respecting the volume imbalance and closing above that. So let's see if we have the potential to go and visit higher prices. This is the time of the day usually the market is consolidating around and doesn't show a lot of movement because we are between the 9 o'clock and 9:30, that is the opening bell of the New York stock market. So this is completely normal to see this type of behavior of the market not moving in a one-way direction. You just need to be patient and stay calm. Okay, right now we are trading inside the first presented fair value gap. And now getting back to the CB over here. If you look at the market, okay, let me make a little different things today. I would like to play a little music and let's see. Just tell me if you like this music or no. Okay, once again we traded into the fair value gap of April 3rd, and let's see what we have over here with the price. The price had a very nice run from this volume imbalance over here, and it went up around 6500. Is pretty much more than my expectation for trade setup. My trade setup aims for 40 handles in profit, and the stop loss is between 20 to 30 handles based on the situation. But so far the market has traded in a very let's say choppy way, because whatever the market has traded up or down, it got back and take it back immediately. Okay, getting back to the PC. Right now we closed the 10-minute macro time window that is happening between 8:50 to 9:10. This is a time of the day that you can consider visiting a setup for going high or low depending on the market structure. But remember, within this 20-minute time window, you will every day find a setup for yourself. Now the bodies of the candles are respecting the first presented fair value gap of April 3rd. Respecting the upper portion of the fair value gap and now still consolidating. Let's have a little more overview of the price. Okay, trading back to the fair value gap and volume imbalance over here. Okay, now we are seeing the market is trading inside the fair value gap and trying to reach to this CB over here that I'm interested to see. From here I would like to go a little short position. Remember to consider the volume imbalances. Sorry, must be this one. I would like to see the reaction of the market to the high of this candle. As we do have another order block over here, so to me the interesting point would be this area of the price between the high of this candle and the low of the fair value gap. Okay, now we reach to the area of my interest and let's see how it's trading in this area. If we have the chance to go for a short position or no. It's okay, trading with the wick out of the CB front here. But the candle closes inside the fair value gap. Only 13 minutes to opening bell of the market, and let's see what we have for today. So far we are trading around the opening of 8:30 candle. trading into the volume imbalance created over here between these two candles and the consequent encouragement of the fair value gap. Okay, we closed above the fair value gap, and I would like to look at the price like this. This fair value gap is more pertinent and related to the market right now, and to me this has the potential of inversion right now. The market had traded below, then came up and tried the consequent encouragement and then get back again and touch the consequent encouragement within 3 candles, and then just displacement to discover higher prices. To me, I would like to, if this was the position, if this was the time of 9 trim instead of 920, for example 940, I would consider this as an entry for going long because of this breaker block over here, as well as this inversion fair value gap coupled with this other fair value gap that is classified as an inversion, and the aim could be the high of this candle here, the ideal targeting. But so far we have to wait because the market is going to open in 10 minutes and it's not the time for trading. My model has told me wait till 9:30, and after 9:30 wait for the first fair value gap that is formed. Whatever it is, if it is CB, enter for short position, and if it is BC, wait for buy position. But it has the ability to be coupled with a breaker block and becomes as an inversion fair value gap. So I have to wait around 8 more minutes, and let's see what the market is presenting us today. Guys, I would like to go for a little bit resting for around 5 to 7 minutes. When the market is opening, I will come back to you. Okay, now we do have a market open. This candle over here. This is the main price of the yesterday, was 19,244.5, and we have a big gap. Yes. Let's measure the opening range gap from here to here. Okay, the consequent encouragement of the opening range gap is almost inside this 1 hour CB. Now we are watching the reaction of the price to the inversion of the fair value gap over here, and we have a little breaker over here. Let's see how it is behaving. Trading back to the opening range gap low. So far, no fair value gap. Now I'm waiting for the market to show the first percentage fair value gap of today. Once I got it, I will check the market to see if it's really very helpful or, in my opinion, favorable to enter a position. The fact that the market was unable to take this low over here and leave it like this is quite suspicious to me, because this is usually the time that market makes this levels like this in order and send the price higher in order to for later on that the price comes back and reaches to this area over here. So right now to me these are very suspicious and these lows should not be overtaken right now. I'm expecting to see higher prices for this time. And in my opinion, the best place for the price to be sent higher is this inversion fair value gap over here. It has to respect the fair value gap and then send the price higher and create the first presented fair value gap in order to be able to touch the 50% of the opening range gap. Okay, so far the market is respecting the fair value gap, the inversion fair value gap, and I'm just waiting because still we didn't see any first presented fair value gap of the day. Now we are in the phase of accumulation for smart money. Once again, the price tried to reach the relative equal lows over there that is created after the opening bell. The first low after opening bell has taken. Now let's see if the market has the potential to go below this low over here and create the first presented fair value gap by this candle over here. Or no. Now the market is not showing the interest to make. Okay, we still don't have any fair value gap after opening bell. Once again getting into the inversion fair value gap and trying to reach the high created after the opening bell. Touching again the opening price. so far I don't see any clear setup for going short or long. We have to be patient. Once again trying to go lower. Remember that still we have this lower end game here. Okay, right now we just dropped a little bit lower than that and we cleared the sell side liquidity over here. Let's see if this candle over here has the potential to create the fair value gap. If this creates a fair value gap over here and we have a breaker over here, we can expect to see the price comes above here and from after touching this breaker block over here and the possible fair value gap, then starts and continues discovering lower prices, and the first target will be the high of the new day opening up on Friday, April 4th. Let's see how this candle is closing in 14 seconds. Okay, I think we do have the first presented fair value gap here. Yes. We have the first presented fair value gap over here coupled with this breaker block. And let's see if the market is respecting it or no. I'm setting a position here for short with a target of 40 handles. And the stop loss of 100 tick. The reason for entering this position is this order block. It is breaker block over here coupled with the first presented fair value gap of the day, which is CB. Okay, we see that the market has traded into the first presented fair value gap and even more and stopped us out. It's not a big problem. Well, now I'm just waiting for the market to show it a little bit more information for me to conclude any trade opinion. Now we have closed above the first presented fair value gap, and this is the confirmation for the first presented fair value gap to be acted as an inversion. However, I am waiting for more signature of the price and confirmation in order to see the price can reach higher prices, and the first target would be above this high over here. We tapped into the first presented fair value gap. Okay. Okay, we have the displacement from the first presented fair value gap by this candle close, and if it goes back to this candle, I am entering for a long position over here, targeting above this high. And the stop loss at Okay, we got stopped out again. It's not a problem. We have to see and wait a little bit. If this candle closes with a big wick like this, I would close the position if I'm not out, because I'm expecting this candle to go lower and closes below the, not like a big wick downward. Okay, now still the plan for the short is correct. We stay in the game with this price run. Let's see. Once again touching this PC inversion over here. Alright, now we are still in play for this game. Let's see what we have over here in the past candles. Okay. Trading back to the inversion CB over here. I'm trying to, if you want to add, you can also add once it touches the red candle over here, because this is our breaker. Still, the sell side liquidity under this candle is in play, and I would like to measure a little bit from here to here and see the projections. The first projection is over here. Let's put the price over here. Okay, very nice. We bring this stop loss above the 50% level that above the previous candle's high, let's say. Now I'm just watching the price and see if it stopped me out once again or no, it goes to my target. This is quite a large target for me, and so far it was panning out very nice. Top of the new day opening gap of last Friday, and the rejection of the price from touching it. Trading into the CB, and let's see if it can sustain the price on the globe. Getting back into the new day opening gap. This could be a bread and butter setup. It's almost 40 handles, this one over here, if you consider till end of the gap. Low of the gap has been touched, and I would like to see if the price has the ability to come lower and gets the first projection that I mentioned over here, that is a little bit lower than the first presented fair value gap of Wednesday. Almost touch our TP. Yes. Let's get closer. The low of the candle is 85, and yes, it's only because of the spread our profit target didn't get filled. It's very nice. I'm trailing my stop loss above the new day opening gap. And now just let's wait. The low of this candle is shown over here, look. It's 18,485 even, and my target is 18,485.550. Okay, we got stopped out. It's not a problem at all, guys. these things are something normal because of the spread. You can see it's really high over here, but we closed the position in profit. So if you want, we can see what we did over here. Okay, it starts from here. We have 1, 2, 3 losses and 1 win. That is almost on the break even for today, because I was around 10,000 in profit, and now still I'm in profit of 10,000. So good, so far so good. We have tapped into the first presented fair value gap of Wednesday and got a little bit rejection for the price. The entry was based on the first presented fair value gap, that is a CB, and we entered at this candle over here. Okay, let's bring the executions with the labels. I'm showing you that this is not market replay, and this was our entry, as you can see, and the exit is here by stopping out. In my opinion, still we have the ability to go and discover lower prices, because now the market is inside this CB over here that is coupled with the new day opening gap. Okay, once again we tapped into this CB over here, and let me turn off the executions. They are bothering. And let's see how the market is treating this CB over here. There is also the consequent inclusion of this week that I'm interested in. We have a very nice reaction from that CB in 1 minute chart. Just traded below the new day opening gap, and yes, we closed around the new day opening gap right now. Once again traded into the first presented fair value gap of Wednesday. This can be another bread and butter setup that is happening after 10 a.m. and getting into the position in this fair value gap over here and targeting the first target could be the low of the new day opening gap, and the second target would be this one, top of the first presented fair value gap. If you lost that position over there, you can also consider this BC over here for entering and going lower. I'm setting a sell position over here. Just got in and I'm targeting the low over here. Placing my stop loss above the consequent encouragement of this. If it touches here, I would like to put this stop over here, and if it touches the fair value gap, I enter for another sell. Now let's see if the market has the potential to fill the second sell limit. Trade into the low of the new day opening gap. Okay, I'm not expecting the market to reach to my sell position over here, and I have to modify this position. It was above the consequent of this FVG. Just expecting within next two candle touching my TP, lowering my stop loss to cover the fees and expenses. And yes, take profit is being executed on. We are out, guys. If we want to see the positions, I'm showing you once again. The position was placed here, as you can see, in the middle of the new day opening gap. I was allowing the price to reach to this fair value gap over here, and my stop loss was placed above the consequent encouragement, and I was targeting the low of this, which was the projection level of the first projection level of the opening range between 930 and 10, high and low. I exited at this price over here, as you can see over. Okay, let me show you the projection level once again. We have this I'm sorry, I'm a little lost. We have this high over here and this low over here, and the exit is right below the first projection, as you can see. And I'm showing you my account. This was the previous position, and this is the last position that we closed in 1480, and the account is in profit for 12,000. I think this is enough for today, and I wish you all happy trading. Be safe today and tomorrow. We have a lot of volatility in the marketplace, and don't over leverage. You can see this morning in the beginning we started with a little losses over here, but I was able to cover all the losses in these two trades over here and here. This trade over here was stopped out, but actually it touched my target at it was 18,585.5, because the low of this candle is 18,585 even, but due to the spread that happens, it's normal. And I'm very happy with this other position that I got, the chance that I had. I was waiting for the market to reach to the fair value gap over here to touch it and add to my position, but it never happened, and the market sold off immediately and touched my TP. Alright guys, I'm done for today and wish you all the best. Good luck for your trading and be safe. Enjoy your days and see you for tomorrow.